Welcome to YorùbáBilingual with Afolabi Oyatayo. For this episode, I translated words from the first verse of the song titled Memory Lane by Nas. The song Memory Lane is from Nas's debut album Illmatic, which Nas released in 1994 and has since been generally considered to be the greatest hip-hop album ever, with which I agree. The lines we're about to translate suffice to me as an early mission statement from Nas himself. I rap for listeners, blunt heads, fly ladies and prisoners, Hennessy-holders and old school niggas. So, Google translates first, then I translate. Afterwards, the translations are analyzed based on the occurrence of diacritics, specific names, cultural references, figurative expressions, and slangs. On to Google's translation of the text, here's what we have. The original text in English is, I rap for listeners, blunt heads, fly ladies and prisoners, Hennessy-holders and old school niggas. Google translated this to Yoruba as, Mo rap fún àwọn olùtẹ́tísí, àwọn olórí aláìgbọràn, àwọn obìnrin fò àti àwọn ẹlẹ́wọ̀n, àwọn dèmú Hennessy àti niggas ilé ìwé àtijọ́. On to my attempt, the original text in English is, I rap for listeners, blunt heads, fly ladies and prisoners, Hennessy holders and old school niggas. And this I translated to Yoruba as, Èmi a máa kéwì fún àwọn olùtẹ́tísí, àwọn amúgbó, àwọn arẹwà obìnrin àti àwọn ẹlẹ́wọ̀n, àwọn tó mu ọtí Hennessy àti àwọn aláwọ̀ dúdú àtijọ́. Proceeding to analysis, on the basis of diacritics, as usual, Google Translation features very inadequate use of diacritics, making some of the words nearly impossible to read and understand accurately, whereas my translation features the full use of diacritics to ensure precise identification of the words. On the basis of specific names, the only specific name that appears in the original text is Hennessy, so this remains the same in both translations. On the basis of cultural references, there's the use of the word niggers, which in this context might not exclusively refer to African Americans, but rather is more likely used as a general term for people. However, I kept my translation closer to the former interpretation, mainly just to preserve the cultural identity and tone of the original text. On the basis of figurative expressions, other than the use of the phrase blunt heads, which will be addressed as a slang, the closest thing to a figurative expression in the original text is the use of the phrase, quote, old school niggas, end quote, to possibly refer to people, maybe especially African Americans, who may be advanced in age and so are able and willing to appreciate music, art, and cultures of the past, that is, the old school. And this I acknowledged through the Yoruba phrase atijo, which means, quote, of the past, end quote. However, on further thought, just while recording, I realized that the simplest interpretation of what Nas meant by old school niggas could be elders. Just elders, and Nas just found a more stylish way to say it. In that case, the better translation to Yoruba would be Àwọn Àgbà or Àwọn Àgbà Àgbà. So if permitted, I might rephrase my overall translation as, Èmi a máa kéwì fún àwọn olùtẹ́tísí, àwọn amúgbó, àwọn arẹwà obìnrin àti àwọn ẹlẹ́wọ̀n, àwọn tó mu ọtí Hennessy àti àwọn àgbààgbà. On the basis of slangs, the original text features the slang blunt heads to refer to frequent smokers of marijuana, and this I translated accordingly as the Yoruba phrase amugbo instead of literally as Google seems to have done. Another slang featured is the use of the phrase fly ladies, in which the word fly is not literal but is rather used to describe the ladies as being beautiful or of a high class. Thus, I translated this to Yoruba with the phrase àwọn arẹwà obìnrin, which means beautiful women. Google, on the other hand, clearly missed the slang and translated literally to a frankly laughable result. And so it goes for this episode. There are videos of further elaboration on some of the words, phrases, and concepts translated here. Feel free to check them out. Meanwhile, remember to like and subscribe. If you are fluent in Yoruba and English, tell me, do you think Google translated these lines better than I did? Let me know in the comments. If you know someone fluent in Yoruba and English, share this video with them. Let them decide too. Your thoughts, opinions, and ideas are welcome in the comments. I'll do my best to read and respond. Till the next episode, this is YorùbáBilingual with Afolabi Oyatayo. How is this for a cliffhanger? I don't need an aeroplane to emerge in flying colors. Nowadays, I'm very grateful for guys who keep traveling. All the best to members of the Nigerian diaspora.